Hey everybody, this is Jake Perrine. Today I'd like to introduce to you the first of 6 new mix tools that I will be debuting in the near future. And each of these tools references one of the 6 dimensions of a mix that I talk about in my courses and my books. The first one that I'm demoing here for you today, I'm calling 6D-1X or 6D-1X. And its primary function is to work with your sounds in the X dimension, meaning left and right, the horizontal plane, panning, if you will. When you're trying to fit your sounds into your mix, you often think about using pan as a way to keep your tracks from stacking up on top of each other. And I built this tool specifically to help you do that. I've included a couple small clips here for you to experiment with. And let me walk you through the controls so you know what's going on. So here's a simple sound. Typical bass sound. I've just made this with a simpler, nothing fancy. And here's the insides of this tool. First and foremost, a simple pan tool, which does nothing more than simply pan your chain back and forth across the stereo spectrum. Pretty straightforward. Second is a width control, also very standard, and you'll notice here in the utility the width control. And for this sound, there's not a whole lot of width to be controlled. It's predominantly mono sound. But the real meat is in these other controls. First, I've got a EQ in here in left-right mode. And second, a EQ in here with mid-side. So when I turn the left-right tonal balance, what you're seeing happening here is a low shelf that rolls off one side of the sound, while at the same time brightening that side. And conversely, the right channel is doing the opposite. So decoupling the sound's tonal balance from itself is one way to shift it in the X plane without actually doing any panning. You're just shifting tonally the balance of the sound from one ear to the other. And this can help fit it into the mix. Included here as well is the pivot point across which that balance shifts. And you can get pretty crazy with it, of course. Second, we've got the mid-side tonal balance. I'm going to use a different loop for this one. And what this one does is reduce the lows and the highs in the sides while boosting them in the mids, and vice versa. So you have some control of the placement of the tonality in the sides versus the middle of your image. And again, a pivot point. I've also included a simple cue control that controls all the cues simultaneously for that one, and the same thing for this one. So you can really delve into the shape that you're looking for. Pretty simple and straightforward, but very powerful as well. Let me play with a couple more loops here and show you some examples. And of course, you can go into the mappings and control any of the parameters that you see fit. If you don't like the spacing of the frequencies, you can, of course, fix those to your liking. And as well, you could bring in some automation and really create some wacky, wild stuff with automating some of these knobs, either with a LFO or track automation. And that's pretty much the whole beast. Stay tuned for more episodes and mix tools as I further explore the 6 dimensions of a mix.